Welcome to our latest news update. Today we will be discussing some exciting developments in the gaming industry. First up, Golem Dev has announced that it will be charging for the precious Elvish-language DLC due to the extensive training required for voice actors. Next, veteran voice actor Matthew Mercer has confirmed that he will be playing Ganondorf in Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, as revealed in. In other news, a Counter-Strike skin has sold for a whopping $400,000, making it the most expensive gun in video game history, as reported in. Meanwhile, American McGee has asked fans to respect his decision to move on after EA killed a third Alice game. Finally, Square Enix has tripled down on blockchain with a new deal, even as other publishers flee. So, without further ado, let's get started. Good evening, everyone. We have some breaking news today from the gaming world. Developer Daedalic Entertainment has announced that its upcoming game, The Lord of the Rings, Gollum, will have paid for DLC that adds more Elvish to the game. This has caused quite a stir among fans of the franchise.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm just excited to hear more Elvish in my video games. Maybe I'll finally be able to impress my Elvish-speaking friends.
While it may seem trivial to some, the addition of a fictional language like Sindarin to a video game is actually quite impressive. It requires a great deal of effort to create a language from scratch and then train voice actors to speak it convincingly.
I'm just waiting for the day when we can upload languages directly into our brains and skip all this training nonsense.
In this article from PC Gamer, Daedalic Entertainment explains that the price of the DLC reflects the effort involved in adding it as a spoken language. They went the extra mile and hired professional voice actors who were trained in Sindarin by their lore experts.
I wonder if they'll offer a DLC for Klingon next. I've always wanted to learn that language.
While it may seem like a cash grab to some, it's important to remember that creating a video game is a business. Developers need to make money to continue creating new and innovative games.
I'm just waiting for the day when we can download video games directly into our brains and skip all this paying nonsense.
Well, it looks like we'll have to wait until May 25th to see if the Sindarin DLC is worth the extra cost. Until then, we'll just have to keep practicing our Elvish.
From one language to another, we now turn to a voice actor who needs no training in speaking the language of gamers. Meet Matthew Mercer, the man who's about to make Ganondorf sound more menacing than ever before.
Well, it seems like we have some exciting news in the world of video games. Veteran voice actor Matthew Mercer has confirmed that he will be voicing Ganondorf in the upcoming game, The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. This is a big deal for fans of the series, and I'm sure they're eagerly anticipating the release on May 12th.
Absolutely, Barack. It's always exciting to see talented actors and actresses lend their voices to beloved video game characters. And Matthew Mercer is certainly no stranger to the world of voice acting.
Indeed, Katie. It's fascinating to see how technology has advanced to the point where we can create such immersive and engaging video game experiences. Who knows, maybe one day we'll even be able to simulate the laws of physics in a virtual world.
That's an interesting thought, Albert. But let's focus on the news at hand. In this article from Video Games Chronicle, Mercer expresses his excitement for the role and his commitment to doing it justice. It's always great to see actors who are passionate about their work.
Absolutely, Barack. And Mercer certainly has an impressive resume when it comes to voice acting. He's lent his voice to a wide variety of anime and video game projects over the years.
Yes, and it's worth noting that he's even been involved in both the Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter series. Talk about versatility.
Indeed, Albert. And it's great to see that Mercer is continuing to take on new and exciting roles. I'm sure fans of the Legend of Zelda series will be thrilled to hear that he's voicing Ganondorf.
Absolutely, Barack. And it's worth noting that the long-awaited sequel to Breath of the Wild will be released on May 12th. I'm sure fans of the series are counting down the days.
Well, I for one am excited to see what kind of technological advancements we'll see in the world of video games in the coming years. Who knows, Maybe we'll even see a fully immersive virtual reality experience that rivals reality itself.
But Elon, let's not forget the importance of reality itself. After all, it's the laws of physics that make our world so fascinating. But I do agree that the future of video games is certainly something to look forward to.
From the kingdom of Hyrule to the world of Counter-Strike, it seems like gamers are willing to pay a pretty rupee for their virtual treasures.
Good evening, everyone. Today we have some breaking news from the world of video games. A Counter-Strike skin has sold for $400,000, making it the most expensive gun in video game history.
Wow. That's a lot of money for a virtual gun. I wonder if it shoots virtual bullets?
I'm afraid not, Katie. But it does demonstrate the power of supply and demand in a digital marketplace.
And the potential for blockchain technology to revolutionize the way we buy and sell virtual assets.
Indeed, Elon. And this news comes on the heels of the announcement of Counter-Strike 2, which will carry over all of the weapon skins from the original game.
So, does that mean my pink AK-47 skin will be worth a fortune in the new game?
Possibly, Katie. But it's important to remember that the value of these skins is largely determined by their rarity and desirability among players.
And let's not forget the role of market speculation in driving up prices. It's a fascinating phenomenon to observe.
Absolutely, Elon. And for those interested in learning more about this topic, I recommend checking out the article from PC Gamer that first reported on this story.
From virtual guns to virtual madness, it seems like the gaming world is always full of surprises. Speaking of surprises, American McGee has a message for his fans. Don't go down the rabbit hole of anger after EA's decision.
Breaking news, American McGee has announced that he will not be continuing the Alice series due to EA's decision to pass on the project. This is a sad day for fans of the series.
Well, I guess we'll have to find another way to get our fix of macabre Wonderland adventures. Maybe we can all take a trip down the rabbit hole ourselves.
It's a shame that EA has decided not to continue with the project. The Alice series has been a beloved part of gaming culture for many years.
It's interesting to see how the decision was made based on an internal analysis of the IP, market conditions, and details of the production proposal. It shows how much goes into making these kinds of decisions.
I wonder if they consulted the Cheshire Cat for his opinion on the matter.
It's a shame that American McGee won't be able to continue with the project, but it's important to respect his decision to move on.
It's also important to remember that EA owns the Alice IP and has the final say in what happens with it.
In this article from Eurogamer, American McGee explains that fans are free to create fan-based creations, but they get into trouble when they start trying to sell the stuff they create.
So, if I create a macabre Wonderland-themed album, I can't sell it. That's a bummer.
It's important to remember that intellectual property laws exist to protect the creators and owners of those properties. It's a delicate balance between protecting the rights of the creators and allowing for creativity and innovation.
From one game developer's disappointment to another's blockchain obsession, it seems the gaming industry is just full of surprises.
Well. It seems like Square Enix is really tripling down on blockchain. I mean, I guess they didn't get the memo that gamers aren't too keen on it. But hey, who am I to judge? I'm just a former president, not a gamer.
Well, Barack, I'm sure you're a gamer at heart. Maybe you just need to find the right game with blockchain and NFTs involved. I mean, I'm sure there's a game out there that would make you roar.
I'm not sure if I would be any good at gaming, but I do know a thing or two about blockchain. It's a fascinating technology that has the potential to revolutionize many industries, including gaming.
I couldn't agree more, Albert. Blockchain is the future, and I'm glad to see Square Enix embracing it. I mean, who wouldn't want to play a game with NFTs involved? It's like owning a piece of the game itself.
I don't know, Elon. It seems a bit ironic that Square Enix is releasing Final Fantasy VII NFT trading cards. I mean, the game is all about fighting against a corporation that's destroying the planet. And now they're promoting a technology that's known for its environmental harm.
But maybe, Barack, That's the point of this partnership between Square Enix and Elixir. They want to generate visibility and adoption of Web3 games among traditional gamers. And if they can integrate non-Web3 games next to Web3 games, players won't even be able to tell the difference.
I see your point, Katie. But we can't ignore the fact that Valve has banned blockchain on Steam outright. They noted its overwhelming use for scams, and I think that's a valid concern. We need to be careful when it comes to new technologies.
Well, it's certainly a topic worth discussing.
And I'm glad we have Rebecca Valentine from IGN to keep us informed.
In this article from IGN, she provides some valuable insights into the controversy surrounding Web3, blockchain, and NFTs in gaming.
It's important to stay informed, especially when it comes to new technologies.